Hello, welcome to the video. I'm Thomas. I am an astrophysics student at the University of St Andrews, and welcome to the second video in this series going over what I'm doing in my summer project. Now, right now, I am editing Thomas. I am looking at myself in my editing program at the minute, and last time we saw me fretting over applications for funding, finding out what my project's going to be, and getting started on the first day. We're now going to jump back in with the rest of day one. I cut the last video a little bit short because there was a lot in it already. I'm going to try and cut this down a lot, and hopefully you enjoy this. There's going to be a few more videos over the rest of the summer going through what I'm doing in this project, and if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section below. Now, without further ado, let's pass you back to Thomas from a week ago. Okay, so it's now been about an hour. It's 5:10 now. And I've done a bit of stuff. I've learned how to use GitHub, which has been fun. It's actually really easy, especially with Atom, which is the editor that I use. For more information about the apps and stuff that I use, I have a video up there. That's top right hand corner, right? Or maybe it's over there. I don't know where it is. But yeah, that's what I've done there. I'm not trying to install the simulation thing today. That's not going to happen. I've managed to fork it from the main master thing, and I think I've done that correctly. But the rest of it's looking very complicated, and I've never done it before. Fortunately, my supervisor has a postdoc that works with him. Postdocs are people who have their PhDs and are now doing a sort of research full-time job thing after that. They get paid a bit more, but it's not like a permanent position. So he's going to give me a phone call, well, a Teams call tomorrow at, I think it's 1 o'clock. To go over that. Basically, that means I can't do much work until then. So I think I might, given it's 5 o'clock, and given I've been working significantly more than I have for like the past few weeks since the exams finished, and we got the exam results through and they were really good, I'm going to let myself finish now. Despite the fact I only started at 10 o'clock. But I'm going to let myself finish now. I'm going to go back to reading stuff tomorrow morning with Will Lucas's thesis chapter that I have to read. It's interesting title, Supernova Rocketeering. I'll tell you a bit about it once I've read it. That's the plan for tomorrow. Tonight, I'm hungry and I'm going to go and get my dinner, and then I'm probably going to play some video games. But 2 days in, I'm having a lot of fun. Like, genuinely, like, this is the first time I've got to do like proper research, and I'm really enjoying the process of going and looking at something I'm actually interested in, like personally interested in. Now, there are some of my courses that have stuff that I have found interesting, and it's exciting to do that stuff. But the fact that I'm working on something that's like, yes, I'm really excited about this, I love this process. I really hope this holds up, because if this holds up for like 6 weeks, then I'm pretty confident that a PhD, for example, is going to be the right choice for me. Hello, good afternoon actually. I know I said I'd do it in the morning, but I've been watching a study stream for the last 2 hours and I got up at like, I don't know, 9:30. Today is Wednesday, day 3 of the project, and it's going well, I think. I'm reading a thesis chapter from a guy called Will Lucas, and it's interesting, but it's slow going, it's quite dense, and a lot of it is stuff I'm sort of somewhat familiar with, but not properly familiar with, so it's going to take a bit of time. I've got this call I talked about yesterday, the one with the postdoc to help me install the simulation. So that's in about 40 minutes, something like that. Oh, I don't know. It's at 1, so I'll have that soon. I'm tempted to go and get my lunch just now, and have that before that call, and then come back to the thesis chapter later, because I think I'm at a sort of natural stopping point for that. We're getting to like the results of this lot of simulations and how that worked. So I'll probably do that. This is kind of what it is. It's a lot of very unstructured research in that I'm not being told do X, Y, Z thing. I have to kind of work out what stuff needs done, and there's a bit of independent thought. It's wild. I'm quite hungry, so I'm going to get lunch, and then I'll let you know how I get on with installing the simulation software. This is my morning at the minute. Well, I've read a lot of papers, but just all the compiling. Sorry, good morning. How are you doing? It is Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, day 4 of the project, and I'm making progress, I think. I finished reading the thesis chapter from Will Lucas's thesis. The chapter title was brilliant. It had the term Supernova rocketeering in it, and the actual thing was less exciting. It doesn't work. But oh well. Now I'm sort of hitting my head against the wall with phantom simulations, trying to get them to work, just to make sure I understand how to use the program, like at least how to run things. Writing the program is a whole other kettle of fish, but if I can get this to actually run stuff, then I'll know all that part. So that once I have stuff that I've written to run, presumably, it'll work. Yes, I have run that simulation. I've got my 10 data dump files, essentially. I'm now going to throw them into this visualization rendering thing called Splash that we use for this. And we'll see what that plot comes out as. 1 second. I ran the wrong simulation. I gotta run another one. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. So I've run a Kelvin Helmholtz instability test simulation thing. Basically, what we're expecting is something along the lines of this. Now, this is all public papers. It's fine. It's all open source, so there's no problem with me showing you this. And at the minute, you'll notice that, well, this doesn't look like this. Now, this will never look entirely like this because I've run this at half resolution to make it run faster. But if I start progressing through these, you start to see it is shaping up. And if I'll just run it through to the end point, and now, yeah, it's not exactly the same, but it's not as high resolution. But we've got, if I zoom in, this shape, which looks pretty similar to that. So what that means is it looks like my simulations are working. Like the actual program is installed properly and things are running. I've done other tests as well with shock tests, like simulating a blast wave from a supernova, presumably from a supernova. But it seems to be working, which is good. The fact it works is brilliant. Now, I don't actually know what I'm meant to be doing for the rest of the morning. It's only 10 to 11, and I've not heard back from my supervisor yet. I might see if he's active on Teams and not in a meeting and fire him off a message, because I don't know what to do next. I have got a video to edit, so I might do that if I don't hear back from him soon. So yeah, that's the plan for today, is hear back from my supervisor, and if I don't hear back from him, then I guess I have less work to do today than I thought I did. This is really fun though. I get it's probably not the most exciting thing to watch, but it's cool that I've got it working. And hopefully the next 5 weeks are going to be just as cool, if not cooler. So, I'll let you know if I hear back from my supervisor. If not, I might be playing video games. I'm already intending finishing a little early today so that I can go and play some Civ 6 on stream. Actually, incidentally, if you're not following my Twitch streams yet, then that's probably like around here? I don't know. It'll be somewhere along here. There'll be a pop-up thing. And also in the description below, you'll find a link to my Twitch streams. I do mostly video games and study streams. Bit of a mix, but basically, it's far less organized than this, like the YouTube channel, but it has more regular uploading because it's no prep really. Anyway, I'm going to do a bit more screwing around with simulations, and I'm going to keep going around in the circle because this is kind of fun. Probably the shakiest thing I've ever done, but oh well. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can do some more simulations. In fact, first I'm going to get a cup of tea, and I'm getting dizzy, so I'm going to stop this and put the camera down before I drop it. Cool, see ya! As some of you may remember, probably by the time this comes out, obviously, if you're interested in astronomy or anything like that, I've already said this day is Thursday. I think I already said it. Today is Thursday, what date is it? 10th? 10th of June, I think? Aye, 10th of June. So, today's 10th of June, which means that 10th of June 2021, we had a partial solar eclipse. For anyone who's not aware, a partial solar eclipse is when the moon comes in front of the sun, but not all of the way. So like a total solar eclipse is when the moon entirely covers the sun and blocks out all the light. That wasn't what we got today. What we got was a partial one. It only covered part of it. If you were in certain bits of Canada and the Arctic Circle, then you'd have got an annular solar eclipse, known as the Ring of Fire eclipse, where there's a small amount of the sun still visible around the moon. And if you were any further south, you got a partial covering. It just took a chunk out of the sun. Now, in Scotland, it's a better place latitude-wise than in England for it. Not a massive amount of difference, but a wee bit. And if you've ever tried to see anything interesting in the sky, you know that 9 times out of 10, in fact more like 99 times out of 100, it's cloudy as all hell. Well, not today! Today, the clouds partied. Very, very briefly, and I got some good photos, which will be on your screen now. This is what I could see from St Andrews, and I did not take this through the viewfinder. Looking at the sun, even when it's partially covered by the moon, is a really, really, really dumb idea. Now I use the camera that I'm currently recording on, and this lens. On the end of this lens, I had a filter. Now, the reason I'm shooting it this way is because I need two hands to show you what the filter does. So at the minute, you can sort of see most of the way through it, but if I turn this, it gets very, very dark, and you can't see me anymore. So on my lens that I was shooting the eclipse with, it made it really dark and meant that we could get those pictures you just saw. Now there are other ways to see an eclipse. A lot of people go with what's called a pinhole camera. This works by either like poking a hole in a bit of paper or perhaps using one of these, a colander. Now basically with all the holes, the sun can shine through the small holes and it essentially projects It projects an image of the eclipse onto the ground or a piece of paper or whatever it is you've got. I did try and take some pictures of these. I've not had a good look at them yet. If they're any good, actually even if they're crap, I'll put them on screen now and you'll see roughly what you get. There will be far better images over social media from this eclipse. So if you haven't seen them, which you probably have, go have a look. I'm just kind of amazed we've got an astronomical event in Scotland that wasn't cloudy. Normally, it's really freaking cloudy. Like we've had rockets we should be able to see from the UK, and no, just nothing. Utter crap because it's been all cloudy. We've had the closest approach of different planets like Jupiter and Saturn on the sky. Like when they get really close together, no, couldn't see that either because it was cloudy. But it's a cool one to get. I mean, I just really hope if Betelgeuse goes supernova that it's not cloudy then, because that would be a real... it would suck to miss that one. I don't really know what I'm doing. Still not heard back from my supervisor. But I'm really buzzing about that eclipse, and those photos are really cool. They've been plastered all over social media from me. They're on my Twitter, if you'd like to have another good look at them, which is at Thomas_Rintoul, down in the description. Cool. I need to work out what I'm doing next. I might try and run some more simulations. I might see if there's anything else I can read. Who knows? I might just go and get lunch. It is nearly lunchtime. I think I'm going to get lunch. We're now at sort of mid to late afternoon. It's 4 o'clock-ish. And currently I've been running some simulations and trying to make them form into a movie. This is one that I've been told to do by my supervisor. It's like a turbulent box simulation. And it seems to be working. I've just tried running it again with different limits to see if I can make it look any better. So yeah, let's see if that's worked. Okay, this seems to be working a bit better. Basically what we're looking at there is a load of turbulent gas in a box, essentially. But it's a test script, basically, that seems to be working. Now, I'm going to rerun it again, and I'm going to decrease the limit on like the density of it, because at the minute it's set between 0 and 0.5. I don't think anything gets really above 0.3. So I might set it to 0.35 just to be safe, and then run it again because I think it will look a lot better. Now this is looking better. Let me zoom in a bit for you. Yeah, that's looking significantly better. You're getting a lot more of the high density regions. Oh, that looks really cool. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so it is now about 5 o'clock. Worked a little bit longer than I was intending. I was intending finishing about an hour ago, but that didn't happen. What I have managed to do is I got the code running at a higher resolution, so 16 being the base resolution, 32 being the next one. Well, you can go 17, but I just said, you know what, I'll just double it. Took a lot more than double the time, let me put it that way. What I'm now doing is switching back over to Windows, because I've been working in Linux, specifically Linux Mint. But I'm moving over onto Windows again because I'm going to do a stream. I'm going to play some Civ 6 because it's fun. Even if we're not going to be playing it multiplayer for a bit, because rock bands. So many rock bands. Drove a few people a bit mental. And by a few people I mean one of my mods. yeah, we're not doing multiplayer for a wee bit, but I'm going to play some single player and see if I can get any better at the game. And then we'll raid Simon Clark, because he's doing a Dungeons and Dragons and Science stream tonight. So this could be good. I'm hoping it's good. It sounds like it should be. But the pilot was, so this should be good. Yeah, so that's what the plan is for tonight. I'm going to put the camera down because, well, it's kind of heavy, but mostly because I'm not doing any work anymore. I'll see you guys tomorrow, where I'm going to run this thing at a slightly higher resolution again, probably go up to 64, and I don't know, if it's not too bad, then maybe a higher resolution. I think at that point you're just kind of wasting time and energy. Once I've got that working, I'll get in contact with my supervisor again and be like, hi, I've done that, what do I do next? Yeah, that'll be fine. I'm going to play Civ. Have a good evening, everyone. Editing Thomas here again, and I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but I am. Just to keep the videos to start for a reasonable length, I'm just going to cut here. We're going to have one more video from week 1 of the summer project. Hopefully you're enjoying this so far. In the meantime, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss notifications for part 3 of the first week. And I apologise that this is being eked out into multiple parts.